Thank you, Madam Chair. My colleague is always so gracious, and when I follow up after her, I am just completely the opposite from that, and I intend to be. Madam Chair, it's been quite a year. When I ran for a seat on the school committee last June, it was my first venture into politics. I did so because I believed that our Southbridge Public Schools were at a critical juncture and that decisions made could set us in a positive direction to move from an underperforming Level 4 district to a path that would lead to a district that would provide a quality education for all segments of our student population, including the terribly underserved students and those who have little or virtually no advocacy. I had no idea, Madam Chair, that politics, as it has been practiced in our town over this past year, would be such a hindrance to providing for the needs of the children of Southbridge in our public schools. The interference that has been imposed upon the important work of the school district leaders by elected officials, including the unrelenting obstruction by some on this school committee, has set the stage, I believe, for many more years of dysfunction, not only for our school system, but for the entire Southbridge community. The Southbridge Town Council, through its current leaders, has abused its legitimate area of authority by trying to assert its will over the legitimate functions of a duly elected school committee, while posing as a body who just wants the best for Southbridge. The real agenda for the town council leaders and their followers has been clear by their own words. Comedian W.C. Fields has been attributed with the quote that I'll clean up a bit for this forum: "If you can't dazzle them with brilliance, baffle them with bull." The town council leaders and their followers have made a slight change. If you can't baffle them with brilliance, dazzle them with bull. And it's worked. They've been able to demonize the very people who've been fighting for the resources, for the demonstrated needs of our students, and have gotten others to join in the chorus. Their intent has also been clear. They've not engaged in meaningful conversation, but in the politics of destruction, which has not only resulted in one of the town council's de facto leaders making an obscene gesture in the face of our superintendent of schools, but appears to have influenced their selection of Southbridge's next town manager. And Madam Chair, I just thought about this that I wanted to throw in here. Our acting superintendent has more experience as a superintendent than our new town manager has as a town manager. Madam Chair, that brings me to our superintendent of schools, Cheryl Stanton. With her knowledge of best practices and her insight into the way underperforming districts are turned around, if Southbridge were in receivership, Cheryl Stanton is precisely the type of leader the state would send to Southbridge. Through you, Madam Chair, Cheryl, there are struggling districts and schools in Massachusetts who are waiting for someone like you to help them and will welcome you into their communities. And I have no doubt that the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education has taken notice. Finally, Madam Chair, there's a very important town election coming up on June 30th. 5 people have come forward seeking a seat on the Southbridge School Committee. 2 of them will be elected. Madam Chair, as I look to the future, I don't see how my voice can make any difference at all. So I believe the citizens should have a third choice among the candidates. Therefore, Madam Chair, tomorrow I will resign as a member of the Southbridge School Committee. Best of luck to all, and thank you.